Mhm. Let me see if everything is in order. Hello. Hello, teachers. Long time no see. How's everyone doing? Great to see you here, teachers. Excellent to see so many people. Fabrício, hello, Fabrício. Denisa, Poliana. Hello, Tomás, Cíntia. Hello. Hi, Julia. Excellent, guys. Long time no see for real, right? Come on. Our last live was just Friday, right? And then I kind of disappeared. Oh my goodness, right? Friday was the beauty, like princess day for me to, thanks, Sicha, for me to be in the hair salon and get everything back on track. And then yesterday, surprise, no live because we were in the studio getting prepared for something we're going to offer to teachers, right? So, but today we're back. That's it. Today we're back. Hi, Gus. Hello, Ariana. We're both live here on Instagram and on YouTube. So, hello. The ones who are on YouTube, you can say hi. Let me just see because my YouTube is kind of not showing much. Okay. Chat view. Yes, now we have it. Hello. All right. Okay, cool, guys. So you can watch it here. You can share this live here with other teachers you know, both on the two sides we have here, okay? On Instagram and on YouTube as well. And here, if you saw it on the group, in the channel on Telegram, I put the topic. Let me write here. Hello, Gabi. You look gorgeous. Thank you so much. I really like my new hair. Thanks, guys. Let me put here challenges. Opa, we're going to talk about challenges today. Challenges of English teachers. English teachers. Okay, so this is our, Hey, hello, Milka. Thanks so much, guys. Thanks. We do get excited with new hair, don't we? All right. And we're starting. If you saw, you probably started receiving some of our posts and some of our videos, and you saw it here, the new link in our bio, and the newcomers. Oi, irmã! Ai, que saudade da minha irmã! Logo mais ela tá aqui. So we're going to start a new event for English teachers called Get Real, the Pro Teacher Training Week. And if you follow the stories, if you saw the stories I shared these days, we were preparing that. We've been preparing that for about a month now and still getting everything in order. But next week, we're going to start an event for English teachers, a free event, 100% free. 100% online, of course, right? Because one of the challenges, and today we're talking about challenges that English teachers have, it is when they are teaching. I know that BTE is all about business. We talk about growing, about making more money. We talk about developing our business mindset, about attracting students. Hello, Ju. Hello, Inara. We talk about all of that, but part of being the best teacher ever, part of becoming the best teacher for ourselves and for our students includes, of course, our classes, right? That's what we do for a living, right? So when we think of teachers that want to develop themselves independently, that want to leave the school they're working for, that want to start their own business, that want to start making more money, they want to change their quality of life, they want to start getting more out of their career. We think about, of course, first thing, more money. I mean, students, more money, and organizing the business. Cool. But that is only going to work. That is only going to continue if you offer something that has quality to your students. Okay? No news there so far, right? So like, Camila, I know. And it's a big, big, big challenge. And it's a belief at the same time that English teachers have, because all that we learn to do, if you studied languages, if you went to college to study languages, if you went to study pedagogy, if you lived abroad and then you learned the language, you came back to study, if you started working for a school, if you started to specialize, right? Or if you developed yourself in the language, all that we see is about teaching. And that's all right, because that's what we offer, okay? And however, not all teachers are properly trained to be teachers. Not all teachers started teaching and knew exactly what they had to do, right? Not all schools and institutions think about preparing teachers to teach their classes, right? We were talking, like the other mentors at BTE and the other teachers, we were talking about it, and some were trained, some were not. And trainings come in all different sizes and shapes, right? And something that is essential for any kind of business to be sustainable, to prosper, to continue to grow, to be profitable, is to deliver quality. BTE would never have arrived at the point in which we are now if we weren't delivering quality to teachers. Get any other company, right? Companies that don't deliver quality don't last. So if you're thinking of becoming an independent teacher, if you're starting, if you already have a career, I don't care where you are in this path, you have to deliver amazing classes to your students. And I know that since the topic today is the challenges of English teachers, delivering quality, promoting results, real results to our students, facilitating the process, making our students understand and love the language, making our students stay, helping them see the language the way we see, right? Because why did we choose to become teachers? One thing that we all here have in common is the passion for the language itself, isn't it? Now, from everyone who's watching me here live, and if you're watching the recording, because this is only going to be recorded on YouTube, okay? It's not going to be here on Instagram. How many of your students really love English? How many of your students, and you can be 100% honest here, we're teachers talking to teachers, this is our place, right? And how many of your students love the language, have a real passion for learning the language? How many of your students really like reading or reading whatever, right? I'm not talking about reading books only, but reading in English. How many of them really get the language and see that as part of their hobbies, as part of their, okay, so I'm really learning because I have fun with that. It's part of my favorite things to do in a day. It's probably not all of them, right? And even not the majority, right? It's not even the majority. I see some people saying here 50%, not many. For most of them, it's an obligation. I see, Ariana, and especially if you work at a school, right? None of them right now, Azevedo saying that. So it is a challenge, isn't it? Renata saying not at all, right? And think how, tell me if it makes sense, right? Because I was thinking about it when we created this event that's going to start next week. I was thinking, okay, it has to be something different. It has to be something for teachers. I have to help them with that because I see many teachers that have to teach every day. They're there full of love, open hearts, open arms for their new businesses, and students don't like it. Students don't want to be there, right? In their own work, in their own business, or at school. When you work at a school, it's even worse because you're not the teacher they chose to have. You're not teaching at the time they chose to study. It's all like an obligation, right? We're lucky if we have some students in the class that are like, yay, English class, right? And we love the language. So don't you get, isn't it like incongruent for us to love something, to teach something we love, to decide to have a career on something that is like, oh, like in our hearts, and then you go there and people are like, eh. Tell me if what I thought makes sense to you. Because I'm here talking to teachers, okay? I am passionate about developing teachers, about making the English teaching world be something powerful. I love teachers who are empowered. I love to do this. And then I believe teachers can do better. I see that, I see that teachers can have a much better life, and I'm witnessing that every day. I created a whole method that makes teachers have the life that they want. And then when I get a comment of a teacher saying, ai, golpe, mais uma, ai, que vídeo porcaria, I feel like killing that person. I feel like, like, how come you say that about this thing that I love so much? Doesn't it hurt? Ruiva is saying that. Juliana is saying, totally. I have difficulties in making them incorporate the English language into their lives. See? It's like we need to convince students why it's important to learn English, just like that all the time. It hurts. Renata says, makes all the whole sense. Denisa says, completely, super, super true. Okay, so we're together, right? We're following, right? I'm not crazy thinking that, it's like the same way I feel when I'm like, yay, new nail polish, the color that is Friends. Do you like Friends? We talk about Friends, and Friends is such a cool series. So many people learned English with that. And then somebody, I don't like Friends. I'm like, what do you mean? How come you don't love that? How come like every time you hear so no one told you life was gonna be this way, and they don't do that? How come? It's like, right? But that Friends just like a preference. But when it comes to what we do, when we have to teach and see clients and have people there in front of us that don't like what we like, that don't love what we love, that don't have the passion that we have, that don't, have the same open-heartedness, to that, it really becomes a challenge. And that, I have to say that, but that is one of the best things of teaching 101 and teaching our own students and having our own groups, because you only work with people that chose to be there with you. So half of the problem is solved, right? Gabi said, my private students like me, but most of them don't like English. Oh, I see. That's why I said that half of the problem is solved. When you work independently, when you run your own business, when you have clients that chose to be with you, okay, they like you. Okay, they like the way you talk, they like the way you teach, they like the same things you like, they trust you, they like your lifestyle. Awesome. So that part, not a challenge anymore, because if you've been following me here for a while now, you know that there is no magic trick there. We just have to be ourselves. It sounds super easy, right? It's simple, but it's not that easy. Many teachers, if you get all the teachers from the new group of BTE, right? And I see Alan there, not you specifically, but I see Alan that is from the new group. Some of them are still struggling to find their niche. They're struggling with positioning, with the posicionamento. That is the first step of everything. And that is, they don't know how to be themselves yet. So the first challenge we have is to be ourselves, to know who we are, because it sounds crazy, right? Like, how come you don't know who you are? Of course you know who you are. But no. Many teachers don't know who they are. They don't know what they have that is their specialty. And they don't know how to talk to their students about it. And then when you work for a school, maybe students don't like the language, they don't like you, they don't like the school, they don't like everything there, anything there. But when they're students, okay, half of the problem solved. Now we have to make them love English. Welcome to challenge number 2, right? And how do you think, tell me here in the comments, both here on Instagram and on YouTube, how do you think, if we had to find that answer now, together, here, as if this were not just a live, but a mentoring session, a brainstorming mentoring session. And we had to find one way or ways to make students love English. Let's make a list, okay? I think that's like any other subject, right? The teacher is always responsible for bringing up the curiosity about it. That's the coolest part. Marina, I agree with you 100%, but I don't think the teacher is the only one responsible. I think the teacher is responsible for doing that, but not the only one responsible. You're absolutely right. Okay. And if you think of your teachers, okay, Marina already brought up the first thing. If you think of the teachers that you love the most in school or college or in any course you took, who were these teachers? Were they the teachers that were authentic, that were they were themselves, that had their own way of teaching, that loved what they were teaching? Or were it the teachers that just said, open your books, today we're going to study Unit 5. We were all students once. Maybe not for English, but we studied science, we studied maths, we studied many other things. Who were the teachers that you enjoyed being around, that you were happy to have classes with? Think about it and start making parallels, right? Biggest problem for me is the method. I'm a little lost in which one to use. So Tachi, okay, Tachi, we're getting there, okay? We're getting there. So teachers responsible for bringing up curiosity, the method we use, okay? Hello, Daniel. I usually tell my students that maybe they don't like English because they don't know it. Micah, they feel uncomfortable. Once we're open to it, open to learning, we usually start enjoying it. Do you like and love something that is so hard for you? Do you really like, wow, now's the time for me to do that thing that I don't know how to do? I love that sport. I don't know how to play and I don't understand. Second thing in the list. Great, guys. Showing how English can effectively change their lives. Okay, let's add that to the list. We got to find out what touches them. Okay. Alan says, first thing, I try to make students like me. After that, I start making them look at the language with other eyes. Okay, with more loving eyes, right, Alan? Passionate teachers, the authentic ones, the passionate ones, the ones who loved what they did. Okay. So I think we're getting there. Okay, we're getting there to the challenge. How many teachers do you know that don't actually love what they do? And here, people that usually follow me are teachers who love being teachers, or teachers who once loved it and they're trying to find that passion again. I hear it many times, right? Many teachers tell me, Camila, I was about to retire. I was about to quit. And the thing is, it's not that we don't like teaching. We're tired of teaching, that we're going through, so many problems because of the language or because of students and teaching itself. It's the outcome. It's the results we get from doing our jobs. And think about it, right? Teachers who are suffering, teachers who are having a hard time being teachers, are teachers who are making little money, teachers who are working too much, teachers who are teaching something they don't believe in, teaching they're in a school, but they don't understand or don't agree or don't like the methodology. They're working on their own. They have students, but they're insecure, because you can be whatever kind of person you are, but deep inside we know when we're delivering something, we know, something that we really say, I know why I'm doing this, I know exactly why this class is this way, I know exactly why this activity was before that other activity, and we know when we're bullshitting, right? Maybe we don't say that, and hopefully we don't, right? But we know that. And that is what causes all the problems that teachers have in their lives and in their careers. Maybe you say, oh, but I have to teach using translation, but you don't know exactly why. It's just the way it has been done and you were doing, and you don't know exactly why. and then you start to feel, it starts to hurt, like our hearts, our health, our minds, because that you don't think that's true. You don't think that's the best thing, but at the same time, you have to talk to your students in a way that they believe, and that conflict gets you sick. Pronto, falei. When you have to sell something, you don't believe 100%, you don't trust 100%. And I'm not just saying selling with the money, because every time you're teaching a class, you're selling an idea, you're selling a culture, you're selling that. But if you have to do it and it doesn't come, 100% comfortably from your heart, fodeu. Pardon my French, but that's what it is, right? And can you start to see that full circle, that I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to prepare classes. I don't know theory. I don't know myself. I don't know how to get to my students. I don't know what my students want. I don't want to teach these people. I'm just teaching these guys because I need the money. I don't want to teach at this time. I don't want to teach with this material. I don't want to teach these days of the week. Aí, meus amigos, cagou no maiô. That is when life is hard. That is when you see a mentor or a teacher trainer on a post or in a video saying life can be good, teachers can be great, come to the tribe of best teachers ever. And you're like, no way, this is BS. You're so hurtful. You're so damaged. You're so tired. You're so full of everything. You're just like, really? It's hard to see the light. And I get it. I've been there. I've been that person, However, you know what we do when we have challenges in our lives? We overcome them. That's what we do with challenges. Because yes, we're always going to have problems. Yes, we're always going to have challenges. But let these challenges and problems be challenges and problems we have when we're growing, when we're developing, when we're learning something new. For example, yesterday I was doing something completely new for this new event, and there were many things I had never done before. And I was very, very nervous. I didn't sleep well the night before. I have a backache today. I was so like, but I'm growing. I'm bringing more to students, to my teachers here. I don't know what's going to be. I don't know the results we're going to have. I don't know the feedback teachers are going to give me. I know it's going to be good, but I don't know what it's going to be. So that's a challenge. That's a problem. But I'm growing. I'm working with the people I love. I'm working completely following my own beliefs, my values. I'm working with people that believe this life is possible, that believe teaching English can be something profitable, sustainable, healthy. I'm working with these people. So it's okay. It's a cool challenge. It's a cool problem to deal with. But now, when you have to do all that, when you have to work with YouTube videos, Zoom, recording, transmission, online, stories, reels, all of that, and you're working with people you don't like, and you're working with levels you don't like, when you have to teach those students, but that part of English is not the part that you like so much. It's like, preparing people for job interviews. Oh, I don't like them. I wish I could spend my whole day teaching kids. Then you see the difference. There are even levels of challenges that we have. Does it make sense, guys? Let me see the comments, because sometimes when I get the flow of my thoughts here, I stop seeing comments. They usually focus in negativity, what they don't know. I usually try switching the focus to what they know. Start from there. Gisele, you're absolutely right. They need self-assessments to be reminded of their achievements. Same thing for teachers. You're absolutely right. Same thing for teachers. What has helped me with self-knowledge? I understand now why I became a teacher. I know my limits and I know what makes me happy in the profession. I also know what I don't like about it. And I hope that your next sentence, Micah, is, and I don't have to do the things I don't like. Yay! You're just like that, Simone. This morning I had to deal with a hater. It's very, very challenging. It really is. So it's a plus. It's been great. Thanks for everything. You have a lot to learn. We all do, Renata. We all do. Hi, Renata said you're a believer. I am too. Guess amazing how I can understand. Cool, Gleison. That's amazing. I'm very happy to see people achieving new levels in their businesses. One of my students said to me that my price is a bit expensive. I told him 10 years of investment living abroad, that's what I'm expensive. That's why I'm an expensive teacher. Lele, I understand, but I think the best answer to that is, that's it. Many teachers, when they see the investment for BTE or the other courses, they're like, wow, it's a lot. But it's not that it's too expensive. It's like I was not prepared to pay for that. I was not prepared. They see the value. And it's not something that just like, ta-da. They see me here every day. They see the results teachers get. They see like that they believe it's going to change. It's just like, okay, my pocket was not ready for that. I'm going to get ready for the next one. So when you have students that start to like the language, start to find love, passion for learning, and the only way for them to do that is by seeing that it's possible, seeing that English doesn't have to be learned through old and outdated methodologies and ways of teaching, that no, you don't have to memorize grammar rules. No, you don't have to follow just that book that has nothing to do with you. Your teacher is there for you, and he or she understands exactly what you need. They went that step further in the point of, okay, I know the language very well. Again, English teachers have to have excellent English. Okay, you don't have to start with excellent English, but you have to aim at having excellent English. And please pay close attention to the word I chose here. I didn't say perfect. I said excellent. Okay. Oh, Camila, my English is not excellent yet. Okay, you're starting, all right, let's improve, because that also makes you be more comfortable, more confident with your classes and the materials you bring. You're not a victim. You're not, you don't depend on books because you don't know better. That comes from improving yourself. Okay. But it also comes from teachers that know themselves and know people. 2021, guys, 2021. Teaching English cannot be the same way it was when you and I learned. For example, I started to learn English in the 90s, early 90s, and it cannot be the same. It was what it was. It was what we had back then. It was how teachers could do it the best way possible, but it is 30 years ago, right? Nowadays, with all the developments we see for companies, for businesses, for leadership, for human relationships, for everything, English teachers cannot stay 3 decades ago, in their minds teaching the same way. And that's what I see happening all the time. So it's like, okay, we have this challenge here, and what are you doing to change that? Nothing. You're just finding a new grammar exercise. You're just finding a new grammar book. You're just finding a new app that will help your students with pronunciation. And you're like, woohoo. But you're not looking at the big transformation of the last, let's say, 10 years. It actually started a lot before, but what we see in education, what we see in businesses, what we see in the professional world, what we see in, all of these worlds that complement, and intertwine with, with English and education, which is knowing more about people, knowing more about how people work, right? English teacher last said we can even teach like we used 2 years ago. Now it's completely different. Thanks for saying that, because last year everybody was forced to teach online. And I still see teachers today, middle of almost second semester of 2021, that's saying, I'm thinking about teaching classes online. Do you think? I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. It's like someone saying, that they have like some cars, some of these things that are a lot faster than horses. And we're like, yeah, and not just because of your students and what you can deliver, but for yourself. There's no way we're going to start having positive challenges if you don't work both sides of this equation. Delivering things that have quality and they're updated to your students, and taking care of yourself as a person and as a professional. If you have no idea how people operate, if you haven't been studying that, if you haven't been open your mind to that, if you haven't incorporated that in your English classes, filhote de ganso. Filhote de ganso da tia Camila. Agiliza. Because that's why you're so overwhelmed. That's why you're so tired. That's why your students don't like being in class with you. That's why they like you, but they don't like the classes. That's why they study and study and study. And then after 2 years having classes with you, they still don't know how to speak English. Ok? Sem frescurinhas na conversa aqui. Ok? Like, oh, I've had this student and they still don't know how to speak. Excuse me? Excuse me, oh, but like, oh, this and this and this, the student is the student is the student. Yeah, there is a lot. There's 50% that is all their fault, but there is the other 50% that is all your fault. And why? Because you're teaching English the same way. You start your class with the verb be. You give them homework assignments that is fill in the gaps with am, are, is, right? And then you don't know how to guide your students. You don't know how to be the teacher they need to have. And the thing is, before this live and before you got to know me and BT and Pro and our courses here, it's okay. All right, you didn't know better. But now you do. Now you do. Now you see teachers that are, doing this kind of magic. It's like, oh my God, how can they do this? How can they have this life? How can it be so easy for them? How can they be so successful? I just posted a story of a teacher who went from 2 to 10 students in a week. And then it just got so many people that didn't join the last group of BT because they didn't know if it would work. They didn't know if it was true. They didn't know. It's like, tá aí. Né? Só não vê quem quer. Quem não quer. So we have to develop ourselves. We have to develop the way we work. We have to develop the way students see what we do. And yes, we have to incentivize them. We have to help them find their own motivation. Motivation cannot come just from you, right? And it's the same way I do with teachers here. I know that every time I do these lives and videos, it's very, inspiring, it's uplifting, it's everything, but it can't depend on me only. It has to come for you. You have to find a thing, like that thing that Alan has, that Juliana has, that Lorena has, Tati has, that is like, what? That's my thing. This is what I can do. This is how, where I shine. And this is what's going to inspire my students, and that's how I'm going to help them. That's when you find the trick, the thing, for your classes, for your business, for your students to say, I don't know why, but classes with this teacher are different. I don't know why, but after I had classes with this person, if I don't study English every day, if I don't have any contact with English every day, it feels like I didn't brush my teeth. It feels wrong. And you're like, just a couple months ago, you told me you hated the language, and now you can't live without it. Right? Yes, because you know exactly how to operate the things there, and yeah, there are ways to learn that. There are ways to make it happen. Part of these ways are going to be there in that event, Get Real, the Pro Teacher Training Week, that starts next week. Free, 100% free. Como assim de graça? É, 0800 de graça, não paga nada, não tira um puto do seu bolso. That's what de graça is about, okay? For the ones that are like, nada de graça. I'm like, well, if you don't know the concept of free, then maybe you should study the language a little better. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. It's going to be a teacher training week for us to talk about these things. There are the huge gaps that I see teachers. And yes, Andrea, for teachers who are part of BT, teachers who are in pro, teachers who are in the community, on upgrade, teachers that still don't know anything, that are not part of any of our courses, teachers that finish our courses, guys, it's for everyone. That's why it's free. Okay? And then always, of course, there are developments, there's more that we can do. But as a teacher trainer, as a teacher mentor, why am I here every day? Why do I create events like that? Why? For more than a year, for a year and a half now. Why? Because I want to be teachers, see teachers doing the same thing over and over again? Or do I want to start a revolution? Guess. You have one chance only. That's what de graça is about. That's it, right, Marcelo? If you had a price, you would have a price. That's it. Okay? Is it okay to ask new clients how they usually learn better? Is it a good strategy? Alan, that could be a thing. That could be a thing. And listen to them. Listen to them, right? Guide them to not have any filters there when they're answering that question. Because, right, Andrea, it's a mutual thing, you know? You need me, I need you, because we're the same. We're teachers. We're teachers. I'm a teacher just like you are, right? I've taken some steps that you haven't yet. But the thing is, there's no point in being happy alone. There's no point in developing myself like, that's a secret, it's just for me. You know, that's ridiculous. That's it, Marcelo. That's it, Tachi. That's what I want to start. You know, and I know some teachers are like, but that you're crazy. You know, that's too much. You want to change the world. That's so ridiculous. So there's silk sash. I don't care. You know, I care about teachers that want to make a change. I care about teachers that want to start living a happy life. I care about teachers that know that they have the best and the most important job in the world. I know, and I work with teachers that know that English is the most important language, and we have that, we hold that. And we're the ones that will help other people get that. And they see that power, and they like being powerful like that. These are the people that stay here with me. The ones that don't see things that way, I segui outro perfil, you know? But these are the guys that are part of my tribe, you know? Teachers just like me, teachers that started somehow. You know my story, I've said it so many times. But the thing is, some teachers, they see different things. They notice different things. And in this event that is going to start on Monday, right, you can share with all the teachers you know. I'm going to talk about how I got to where I got with my teachings, with my classes, with my courses, with the methods I created, where it came from, you know, what I tested 1 million times, and what I want to share with you so that I can see that change in your classes with your students and in your life. Okay? That is the whole point. So if you're not registered yet, click the link in the bio, be there. Yes, it's 100% free. You know the meaning of free, of de graça, right? So invite your friends, send it to the groups you have, your school groups, your whatever groups you have that have English teachers or any other language. Okay, if they understand English, they're welcome to. Many teachers have been asking me, they're like, Camila, I teach Italian, can I take part in? I'm like, yes, sure, if you understand English. Why? Because I'm an English teacher. So we speak English here. All right. Guys, yes, Andrea, thanks so much. Angelica, excellent, guys. And there's a big difference also for teachers that are always there, teachers that make the time. You know, like Denise is always here, Renata is here, Andrea is here, Angelica is here. There's so many names I see here all the time, right? And these are the teachers that are like, you know what? I have to take the next step. And every day they're taking the next step. These are the teachers that are super more than welcome to be part of our tribe. Okay? Shall we have lunch? And shall we have an amazing Tuesday? Make this day the best day ever. Yes? That's the only answer we can have. Okay, thanks for being here. Thanks for joining this live in both channels here. I'm not going to save it here on Instagram. If you want to send it to another teacher, if you want to watch it later, it has to be here on YouTube. Okay, beijos. Take care. All right, teachers. See you later. Beijinhos.